All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into a really fascinating investment story. It's this clash, right? You've got the crazy, frantic energy of the AI gold rush on one side, and on the other, the quiet, steady power of something we probably don't even think about. We're talking hype versus hardware, big stories versus basic needs.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. Look at this. On the left, you've got these cool, futuristic-sounding names that just scream AI boom. They're complex, exciting, full of that speculative buzz. And on the right, pipes, pumps, filters, the literal nuts and bolts of civilization. This whole explainer is about why that second list, the boring one, might just be the smarter bet for anyone looking to build real, durable wealth.
So our story kicks off in a place that probably feels pretty familiar, a market bubble. But this one's a little different. It's being fueled by what our source material calls investor amnesia. It's like we've all collectively forgotten what happens when the hype gets completely untethered from reality.
And this is what that looks like in the real world. You see numbers like this, 35 times forward earnings. What that really means is that these huge tech companies are being priced as if nothing could ever possibly go wrong for them. It's a market that's absolutely buzzing, just feverish with AI hype. You just slap an AI label on something and suddenly it's seen as invincible.
But then you see a number like this, and it really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? The UN says 2.4 billion people are dealing with water scarcity right now. So while all this speculative money is flooding into virtual networks, the actual literal networks that bring clean water to people are just starved for investment. The need is absolutely massive and very, very real.
So the source we're looking at here describes a totally different strategy, one that deliberately sidesteps all that frenzy. Think of it like this. It's choosing to buy the essential productive asset instead of the speculative digital one. It's a bet on reality over the mirage.
Now let's meet the hero of our story. And no, it's not some charismatic CEO or a revolutionary new algorithm. It's a fund that doesn't get talked about on social media, but it offers something the bubble just can't: tangible, predictable value.
IWMI isn't flashy. It's not out there promising to change the world overnight. Nope. It invests in the unglamorous but totally critical plumbing of our world. You know, the workhorses that basically keep civilization hydrated.
And this right here shows you what's under the hood, and it's the real key to its stability. The portfolio is built on long-term contracts with cities and regulated assets that have predictable price hikes. This whole structure isn't about chasing trends. It's designed from the ground up to capture steady, inflation-proof income.
Our guide through all this is a character named Dana Travers, a fictional investor who really embodies this whole philosophy. She represents that mindset of looking right past all the noise and the big show to find the real, durable assets that actually generate cold, hard cash.
Okay, but let's be honest. A 14% yield, that's a number that makes you sit up and pay attention. It almost sounds too good to be true, especially in the world we live in. So the big question is, how is that even possible without taking on some crazy risk or using dangerous financial tricks?
So let's pull back the curtain and break down the mechanics. The source is really clear on this, that high yield doesn't come from some risky, complicated strategy. There's no black box here. It's just a combination of solid fundamentals. This isn't magic, folks. It's just math.
Okay, so this is where we see how the sausage is made. And what's so great is that it's not some complicated secret sauce. It's all right here. You start with really high-quality assets. We're talking those long-term contracts. Then you add a little bit of leverage. And notice I said moderate, nothing crazy, just to boost that yield. On top of that, you've got a super efficient operation, and you're smart about how much you pay out, leaving a nice cushion. See, no magic here. It's just really solid business.
Now, when you put IWMI up against other popular ways to get income, its advantages just pop right off the page. I mean, look at that combo. A higher yield than you'd get from, say, business development companies, but with way less volatility. Plus, it's got strong inflation protection because it's tied to an essential service, not the ups and downs of the economy. It really just sits in this perfect sweet spot. So what happens when the music stops? When that inevitable correction finally comes for the AI market? Well, this is where that contrarian strategy, that bet on boring, really pays off. This is the moment the quiet rebellion proves its point. The source material describes a crash that's fast and painful. It starts kind of quietly, like they always do, but then it picks up speed. That whole growth at any price mantra that fueled the bubble, it quickly turns into a desperate scramble for liquidity at any cost.
And this just says it all, doesn't it? This is the core idea in a nutshell.
While the market was in a full-blown panic and tech investors watched their portfolios just evaporate, IWMI's assets kept humming along, generating predictable revenue. Why? Because demand for water is totally non-negotiable, recession or not.
And this is really the crucial takeaway. The investment wasn't built on a cool story or a speculative dream. It was built on a permanent, unchanging human need. And when all the market stories fell apart, the reality of that need was a powerful, powerful anchor.
This whole story really just shines a light on a timeless investment philosophy. It's about keeping your emotions in check and focusing on what actually drives value. It's about, understanding what you own, favoring stuff that'll still be around in 50 years, and, learning to find the beauty in being a little bit boring.
And that really leaves us with something to chew on, right? This idea that may be true, lasting value isn't just found in elegant code or the virtual worlds we're building. Maybe, just maybe, it's also found in the essential physical stuff that keeps our lives running. So here's the big question this all raises. In a world that's always chasing the next new thing, have we kind of forgotten how to value the things that are built to last?